Oh yeah. And for my second case, that Hank helicopter rides through the Great Lakes. Oh man. Everybody know who I'm talking about. The helicopter. The helicopter. Burton's grand champion Hank. The helicopter. Yeah, he flew in to the Midwest in the Great Lakes area. That's right. All the way up from the Northeast he came. He spun over there too. He spun over there mightily. And, you know, Jerome didn't even let him stay for a little while before he got him down the road to Captain America. But his animals, they had a style.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
They had a style.
Come on, man.
And when we looking at the Midwest, we looking at the Hank dog, we gotta kind of start with Bunce and Company's or Nunes champion, New York, New York. Now, New York is off of Jerome's Peak, right? So, Jerome's Peak is off of Grand Champion Hank, bred the Pinky, Jerome's champion Pinky, which is a very heavy Corvino's Teddy female. Shot time. All right, they took Pete and bred the Bucks 50-50, which is, you know, got the Rascal Jr. and Honey Bunch. You know, the Rascal Jr., aka Told Joe, off of Rascal and Honey Bunch, bred to Uptown's Boots, which is heavy Eli. It was a heavy Eli bred female. You know, Eli 3, Boudreaux Bowles in there to get Bunce and Company's champion New York. Now, he was a grand champion. I want you to take that in mind, that he was a 5-time winner, 1-time loser, the last one. Okay. Now, he produced Doucette's champion Bam Bam, POR. And get what? They put even more Hank on the bottom side to make Doucette's Bam Bam, champion Bam Bam. It was Hank to death. So, boy, I know a lot of people were dizzy at the box. I'm talking about that joker Bam Bam probably was spinning 100 miles per hour. Boy, what my darn helicopter sound effects is. Yeah. And then, Doucette champion Bam Bam produced original bounty hunters champion Turk. And they bred Turk to another champion, original bounty hunters champion Murder One. And that will produce original bounty hunters champion Shorty. Now I want y'all to see the succession from Grand Champion Hank to once upon a time Grand Champion New York, which demoted down to champion after the loss. Then champion Doucette's Bam Bam. Then champion bounty hunters, original bounty hunters champion Turk, to bred 2 original bounty hunters champion Murder One. And that will produce original bounty hunters champion Shorty. And they bred Shorty to Bastien's champion Radar to produce Triple J's, or at one time original bounty hunters, grand champion Street Sweeper, 7-time winner. Now, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but you can put that kind of succession up there with Yellow and the Yellow, and then Mayday, and then Liu Kang, and then this one, then Miss Liu Kang. I know those are all grand champions, and I don't think, it's kind of hard to do that. But that many champions getting bred into each other to the point that grand champion to produce once upon a time grand champion, to champions bred into each other, to champions bred into each other, to champions bred into each other, breeding to each other, to the point that you get grand champion Street Sweeper. You know what I'm saying? At least 3 or 4 generations of champions being bred to champions to eventually produce grand champion Street Sweeper. I think that says a mouthful about the Hank blood. That says a lot about the durability of those animals. It's kind of hard to get bit. I guess if you spinning like 100 miles per hour, I don't know. But I just want to lay this out here And, you know, shout out to Mad Doctor, man, cause I know he was gonna be in the comment section heavy if I did not talk about New York, if I did not mention Grand Champion Hank, if I did not mention, hey, you could throw some Kobe in there with Doucette. Hey, you throw you a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, some Zebo. Oh man, a little bit of Old Family Red. Oh man, you're cooking with hot grease now. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to touch on the Hank dogs and that helicopter. And it came through and flew over the Great Lakes and made a heck of an impact. You gotta give it to them. They made a heck of an impact. They made a heck of an impact in New York, up in the Northeast. But heck of an impact. Shout out to them. Shout out for the folks that, you know, they use that blood. Shout out to, of course, you know, Hank. Look at, I want you to just really take a tally on how much impact for all that funny style, spinning and scratching and snapping, how much of an impact that Hank dog had over this game at a certain time period. And even still now, Hank blood is still around in the inside of the balls dogs. And these people don't go to Florida bad mouthing a Hank dog or balls. Man, you liable to get a chopper put on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Put a chopper right on you. Talking bad about in the balls. And they got the Hank blood in there. You know? Those people who still in the West Coast, who got some of the little boots left over from Hank, from the Hank blood. And then by way, you know, crossed in with the Jimmy boots. Still very much impactful, you know, still very much a bloodline that you could probably find out here. You know, I think the boot stuff few and far between, but nevertheless, you can't knock the impact back then that Hank was having on the game. He had his time in the sun. You can't deny it. And on all coasts, think about that. On the East Coast, he had his time. In the Midwest, he had his time. For sure, down in Florida, Dirty Mary made it his time and continued his time down south. And then, Little Boots out west. WNP's champion Little Boots out west. Now, that'll be a good question for the Bulldog community to propose. Who else, let me say, other than Mayday, other than Frisco, cause they are worldwide, other than Jeep, I'm gonna say those three. And Yellow, I'll say him. Other than those four, Jeep, Yellow, Mayday, Frisco. Jeep, Yellow, Mayday, Frisco. Whatever. What other stud dog made that kind of an impact other than the ones I named? Cause we know those are worldwide household names. But what other ones? Can you name another one other than those other ones I named? From coast to coast, they did their thing. They were hell when they were well. So I just want to, you know, touch on Hank. Let me give him his proper due. Burton's grand champion Hank and his son champion New York. And to show you the succession of great dogs down from that lineage in the Midwest. So in the case of the Hank helicopter rides through the Great Lakes, this case is now dismissed.